Hey guys, hello, it's Roseann White, and I thought I'd pop on this beautiful and kind of hot summer afternoon here in Scottsdale to give you some ideas for those days when you just don't feel like cooking. And especially when it's hot or you've just been running around for the day and it's time for dinner, maybe lunch. Got a really yummy idea for you. That's a Greek chicken bowl. And this is a recipe that you can make for two people. And here's the thing, if maybe it's just for you, you can make it and store half of it for another time. So I've got the recipe below in the caption. And if you've got any questions, just go ahead and type them in the chat. This is only my third Amazon Live, so I'm still kind of new to Amazon Lives, or actually YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I do Amazon Lives all the time. Getting the hang of that. It's YouTube that's just a little different. So type in the chat if you have questions. I have a chat box here. Say hello if you are joining me live, and if you have any questions. This video will be posted on the YouTube channel. If you aren't following me already, please consider following me and check out all my other videos. I've got lots of yummy videos, recipes for smoothies and other kinds of things besides fitness videos. So, and if there's something you want to have more of, type that in the chat too, and I'll do my best to put more of that on YouTube. So welcome, welcome. It's been a busy Sunday for me. I took a walk early today because the temps are getting in the triple digits. It was about 78 degrees when I took my walk, so that was pretty nice. And it's already, I think it'd be about 105, 108, 109 today. Pretty hot, so I'm staying indoors for most of the time. So here's what I have today. It's called a Greek chicken bowl, and you're going to need some ingredients. And I usually do a lot of my prep over the weekend. I have things ready. So that's probably the biggest tip. And if you get a chance, check the last live I did a couple weeks ago on how to do some kitchen prep. Because if you spend an hour or two, doesn't have to be 2 hours, an hour getting everything together ahead of time, you can easily put these dishes together. So what I have, the ingredients I have, and I'm going to be total transparent here. The recipe calls for grilled chicken. We did our grocery shopping today, and I just got a big container of chicken that's already been shredded, and it's just chicken breast already shredded, so that's pretty easy. And I like to always have something like that in the fridge. If I haven't already grilled or cooked my chicken, I'll buy it, because that's just a nice thing to have, whether you're making lunches or dinner, or you need a snack, you need some protein, have some chicken available. I love to prep veggies, so generally I have celery, carrots, red peppers, cucumbers already chopped up, sliced up, bagged up, ready to go. And that way I know I'm getting my veggies for the day. And I can't stress that enough to everybody. You don't get fat eating vegetables. So when you need a snack, you don't go for those gummy bears or things that are, of course, hit the brain and go, oh, it feels really good, but doesn't do anything really good for your body. Go for vegetables. Go for maybe a piece of fruit if you need something sweet, but try to make it real food instead of fake food. It's something I try to impress upon my husband all the time. Whether he listens or not, that's up to him. But that's my take to all my clients. Try to go for veggie snacks. The other thing that I did is, instead of cooking rice or cooking quinoa, which is part of this recipe, I literally found, and let me find the bag now that right here. I literally found at Safeway, and that's where we shop, a company called Seeds of Change, and they had an organic quinoa and brown rice. So I just popped this in the microwave, 90 seconds. There is one pouch is 240 grams. It's about 2 cups. And what's really nice, it's a little combination of the quinoa and the brown rice. And one serving, by the way, is 3 grams of fiber and 5 serves of protein. So I'm getting some protein in this. So that's my base. Then my vegetables are going to be chickpeas, which also are a great source of protein and fiber. Love that. They're great for Greek salads. And then the veggies I have already chopped up. I've got cherry tomatoes, actually they're grape tomatoes, and I cut them in half, and cucumbers. I'm also going to take an avocado, and just before the live, I cut the avocado open, and I'll slice it up and put it into my salad. So that's pretty much it. That's the ingredients that I'm going to use. I'm going to top this salad with some hummus and a little bit of sprinkle of feta cheese, and then the dressing I'm going to drizzle over will have olive oil, and I'm not even going to measure this. I'm just going to kind of pour it in. I'm going to squeeze about half a lemon and salt and pepper and oregano, and that's going to be the spices. That's it. That's how easy it is. So not a lot of prep, not a lot of cooking, because you can see I bought everything and I nuked stuff, and I'm good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. I need to get a spoon first. Now, as I said, this can make 2 servings. So the bag, the rice pouch, the rice quinoa pouch, was about 2 cups. And I'm just going to put half of that in. So that's going to be my base. And I'll save the other half of this. I'll put it in a container and stick it in the fridge for something later on in the week. I don't eat a lot of pasta and a lot of rice, a lot of quinoa. I just don't. I take my carbs in differently, but I do like them. I mean, it's good to have some good healthy carbs. So I've got my carbs, my rice is my base, and then I'm going to put in a layer of my chicken. So this is 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces, 35 grams of protein in this. You could certainly do more. You can do 6 to 8 ounces, and the recipe again is below, so you'll see that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually shred it a little bit more. It's been shredded, but I want this to be really easy to eat. So I'm going to kind of layer it all in there, and this is going to be in layers. And quite honestly, I am making this for lunch for my husband. So he's not a big eater. Not like I probably could eat this whole bowl, which is 2 servings. He'll probably just eat a half. And I probably could have done this in 2 bowls, but I'm just doing 1 bowl. And 4 ounces is quite a bit of chicken. So that's my next layer. I've got that in there. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and top it with my chickpeas and sprinkling them all around. You guys can even see this. Then the cucumbers. And the recipe says 1 cucumber. This is a half a cucumber. It was a really big cucumber. They're looking really good this time of year, so they were pretty big. And then I've got my grape tomatoes. I've cut them in half, and this is about a cup. So I'm going to pour this in. Now you can definitely rearrange these veggies and everything to look prettier. I kind of have it in 1 big layer. And then lastly, I have my knife. There it is. I'm going to do the avocado. And the recipe is calling for 1 avocado. And I am going to just go ahead and actually squeeze a little bit of the lemon on the avocado. That way, and just kind of massage it in there. That way it won't brown really quick. So this is just a half of avocado that I'm going to put in each side. And I'll just rearrange now, kind of trim it out to the sides. Yeah, this is the time for grilling and stuff, but honestly, it's so hot here in Arizona that we don't do a lot of outside grilling, at least not this time of year. Now, I already put just a half of this avocado in, and it's getting pretty full. So I'm going to stop at the half of avocado, and I'm going to wrap up this one. I'm going to literally squeeze more lemon on it. I'm going to wrap it up, and because this is a 2 serving dish, we'll cut it up and put it the rest of the avocado for the next serving. And then I've got some organic hummus, just plain old, nothing fancy, or hummus. There's so many different kinds. My new favorite, actually, when I went to visit my girlfriend Stephanie in Ohio, she had a mango jalapeno hummus, which is so good. But for this, I'm going to keep it really simple. I don't want to add too many more flavors in here. So I'm just going to have one big scoop of the avocado, of the hummus on top. That looks really nice. Okay. Put that aside. Do I need anything else here? And then I'm going to squeeze my lemon. This is a half a lemon. And I don't know if you know this tip, but if you roll your lemons on the counter, kind of squish them up a little bit thick, it's a lot easier to juice them, especially if they don't feel like if they feel very firm. And it's an old bartender trick someone told me to get your lemons to be juicier. Okay, it's pretty good. Set that aside. And then I guess I'll measure this just for the sake of measuring. I'm to the point now where I cook so much that I just eyeball things, but I'm going to see. I think maybe I'm kind of like this whole 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I think that should be plenty. I've got some good fats with the avocado. My carbs are the rice, quinoa, and hummus. And I'm also going to top it with some feta cheese that's already crumbled up. So let me add salt and pepper to the dressing. If you need to add more salt and pepper when serving this, go right ahead. But let's just put that in the dressing. And then literally the oregano, I'm just going to hit a dash or two of that. Oregano can be pretty strong and overwhelming, so that's just for flavor. And we'll mix it up. Just mixing up. And this is dressing for 2, so I'll use half of it and then stir the other half in a small container. And then I'm just going to take some of the feta here and kind of sprinkle. Actually, I'll sprinkle the feta afterward. So I'm going to just drizzle my dressing over. Now, knowing my husband, he'll probably want to use all of this dressing, but I'm not going to do it on that. Just half of it. I'll let him use all of it. And then I'm going to sprinkle my feta. You know, feta comes in reduced fat, so if you're concerned about fat, just get the reduced. That's fine. And there you have it. Let me just move some of the stuff out of the way so I can present this to you. Hopefully it's not going to fall out, but here we go. That is our Greek chicken bowl serving for 2. In this bowl is approximately 48 grams of protein. So that's a pretty good, 24 grams of protein for lunch. I like to get 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. So this is the way to go here. I'm going to sign off in a few minutes and present this to the hubby. Chances are, I don't know if you'll eat all of it, but we'll save the rest for later. So I hope you enjoyed how quick this recipe is, and I hope you make the recipe and then enjoy it because it looks yummy. I know it's going to taste yummy, and it's clean, and it's real food, and it's everything your body needs. Healthy protein, healthy fats, good source of fiber. I think probably in here, I would guess with the rice being 3 grams of fiber and the chickpeas another 4 or 7, that's 10. And then I've got the tomatoes and cucumbers, not much fiber there. There's probably at least 10, I'm going to say 10 to 12 grams of fiber. And as I say to all my clients, in every meal, whether it is a snack or it's a meal, go for at least 4 to 6 grams of fiber, okay? 4 to 6 grams of fiber 20 to 30 grams of protein. More is better. Easy on the carbs, although these are good healthy carbs. And there you have it. So I want to thank you for joining me today. If you liked this live, there's all sorts of things you can do. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share it with friends, family. And then if you've got any questions, just message me. You can always make comments in the chat later on after this live, and I do check them. And if there's something else you want to see, let me know, because I'll be back again to share some yummy ways that you can live fit and age well. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye for now. I think I hit the end. There we go.